Well, if that's the way you want it.
You get it when we get the shit.
The shit. The shit. You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
Nobody can take the hustler down with all these jewels.
The hustler's dead. Yeah.
You saw it. The hustler is dead. Now you will see the dark side of the commish. A new team for next year. But for now, let's preview the finals. Guess who's back? It's the commish. Back here with the finals preview. We start in Tier 3. We got Doosan and Sabonica Spartans. 13-0 has not lost a game. We'll take on Justin and Breezy Does It at 11-2. I look at this matchup, and Doosan will have Cool Joe Flacco at quarterback, whereas Justin has Drew Brees. You have to get the advantage to Justin. Justin is led by Kareem Hunt and Kamara. He has the edge at running back. And then at receiver, the edge goes to Doosan and tight end. This is going to be a close matchup. But when the commish looks at everything that needs to happen in this one, I do have Breezy Does It winning the Tier 3 championship. And then Ryan and the Gentleman automatically third place. We'll move on to Tier 2 as well next year. Justin, Doosan, 1 and 2 will get first 2 choices of which teams they pick. And then Ryan and the Gentleman will be in Tier 2 getting third choice. You guys in Tier 3 must listen to this next preview, because 3 teams in the LOC bowed out, which means the 3 teams moving up to Tier 2 will have a chance at taking over the top 3 teams that move up to the LOC. This might be the only time this may happen for you. It's Chris and Basin Street Bullies, last year's Tier 3 champion, who also went 13-0 like Doosan and went undefeated, will take on Matthew and Cape Cod Sharks, also 11-2. The top 2 teams face off again in this Tier 2 championship. Looking at the matchup, there's many things. I actually give Big Ben the matchup and Matthew and Cape Cod Sharks the matchup over Breeze, surprisingly, because they're playing a bad team in Houston. And then running back and wide receiver will go to Basin Street Bullies, but tight end and the flex offensive spots I give to Matthew. But then I look at most of the defensive spots and kicker and defense, and I do give it to Chris and Basin Street Bullies. I predict Basin Street Bullies will win the Tier 2 championship like he won the Tier 3 championship last year, and will get first choice at what team he will pick in the LOC. Next up, a third place game also has to be mentioned because the winner will move on to the LOC. It's between Ellie Island and BC Lions. The loser will have to stay a loser and stay in Tier 2. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Last up, we go to the crown of all crowns. It's the LOC Championship. It's a beautiful one. It's our 5th seed, Lucas and Green Lightning, who finished 10-3 out of the North. We'll take on Ryan and Deuce Bombers, who is our 7th seed, going 9-4. Our 4 division winners are all gone. Ryan and Deuce Bombers, this is his 2nd final, and a guy that I know the commish predicted at the beginning of the year to win it all. Looking at the matchup, I give Green Lightning the edge with Nick Foles over Blake Bortles for Deuce Bombers. At running back, Zeke is back for Green Lightning, and it couldn't happen at a better time. Because of it, he has the edge at running back. At wide receiver, I also give the edge to Green Lightning with Jeffrey Thielen and Funchess. But at tight end, a decisive advantage for Deuce Bombers with Gronk and Evan Ingram. And in the RWT spots, I think there's more depth for Ryan and Deuce Bombers. At kicker, I give it to Lucas. On defense, I give it to Deuce Bombers. At defensive line, there's no doubt about it. It's Green Lightning with Calais and Joey Bosa. But the rest of the defensive spots go to Deuce Bombers. And because of that, I will stick to the original prediction that stupid hustler had at the beginning of the year. And we'll go with Ryan and Deuce Bombers to win the LOC championship and the prize money. Just know that this year was an off year for the commish, and I will be back as the dark side of the commish next year, and a new team name to dominate this league. The commish wants to thank you for what has been a great season, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.